Welcome to Compassionate Conversations. The goal of our podcast is to explore topics related to serious illness. Ancora Compassionate Care exists to be a supportive presence for life's journey. We can provide care and support wherever a patient may be on their journey with a serious illness. Ancora Compassionate Care began as Hospice of Rockingham County in 1987. While our name changed in late 2023, we are still the local provider the community has always known. We'll always be there because we've always been here. Welcome to this edition of Compassionate Conversations. My name is Lynn Flanagan and I'm the CEO at Ancora Compassionate Care. Joining me today is Flavel Collins, who's our Director of Marketing, Kim Bunker, who is our Volunteer and Events Coordinator, and we're also going to have the opportunity to speak with Gretchen Wyatt, who is one of our fantastic volunteers. We've got so much wonderful information to share with you today about an exciting new project, but before we dive in, Flavel, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, thanks. Well, it's good to be with you. Flavel Collins, I'm Director of Marketing, and I've been with Ancora a little over almost 31 years.
Wow, awesome. So you should know the organization by now.
I think so.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, Kim, what would you like to share with our listeners about yourself?
My name is Kim Bunker. I'm the Volunteer Event Coordinator and over the Robin's Nest resale store. I've been with Ancora Compassionate Care for about 3 years now.
Awesome. All right. And we're going to catch up with Gretchen in a little bit, and she'll have an opportunity to share some information about herself. So you just mentioned, here's our great information today that we're excited to share, but Ancora Compassionate Care now has a resale shop.
Right.
That's something that's been on our radar for, gosh, Flavel, at least 2 or 3 years we have been talking about this. So why was that even on our radar?
Well, it's, in my mind, it's an opportunity to, first and foremost, support the programs that we have in the community now. And, you know, for some time we've been more than just hospice. And we're hospice and serious illness care, and there's the grief support program, and now our new counseling center. So there are a lot of things, a lot of programs that could use some support.
Yeah. Lots of different service lines, and, you know, particularly with our hospice program, I feel like everybody knows, you know, we started off as Hospice of Rockingham County, 37 years ago, and as a nonprofit organization, part of our mission, of course, is to make sure that everybody that needs end-of-life care would have that, despite their ability to pay for our services or whether or not they had insurance coverage. So that is part of the mission that you're talking about, just one of the service lines that our resale shop can help support. But let's talk about how this project even came about. You know, we said it's been on our radar for 2 to 3 years, but how are we sitting in this beautiful space?
Well, you know, we had looked here and looked there off and on, trying to find space. And gosh, a year ago, or almost 2 years ago in June, this property actually we discovered it was for sale. Yeah. And we started that ball rolling, and this past fall we started moving different departments in, and then opened the Robin's Nest on December 4th.
Awesome. So this is a very new project, but yes. Let's talk about the name, Kim. How did it come about to be the Robin's Nest?
Well, excuse me, we had a nurse that was with us for quite some time, and she recently passed away, well, about 1.5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And her name was Robin, and she loved going to thrift stores and Goodwill and flea markets and all of that, and so we thought Robin's Nest for her. Mm-hmm. And it just sounded perfect for a thrift store, so that's how it became, in honor of her.
And every time I look at that sign, of course, out front that says the Robin's Nest, I kind of see Robin's smiling face. So it's a beautiful way to to honor one of our teammates, but
Right.
honestly, if we're honest, she certainly was more than just a coworker, but
Yeah.
a friend to all of us.
She
So,
was.
and to honor her with something that she enjoyed doing, you know,
Yes. And,
that's a pretty cool story.
you know, it was her nature to be very supportive and to be very giving,
Yes.
and knowing that the Robin's Nest will support our mission, it also makes it quite appropriate.
Yep.
She would be very pleased.
I think
Very
so.
pleased.
I think she would be very proud of it. So let's talk about what sort of things you can find in the shop. So if somebody were to come to the Robin's Nest today and they wanted to shop around, is it just clothes? What sort of items do we have for sale?
We have many. We have books, we have movies, games, jewelry, we have scarves, we have clothes, we have furniture, glassware, vintage glassware, and we just have so much.
Yeah.
And just home decor, pictures, artwork. Can you think of anything else? We've got a lot of things that are there.
No, I think you covered it well.
Yeah.
It is a wide variety.
Yes, a big variety.
There is something for everybody.
Yes.
for
Yes,
sure.
there is.
Yeah.
You come in there, you're going to find something you can't leave without.
There
If
you
you don't
go.
find it today, come back tomorrow.
Exactly, because we are constantly putting new things out every day.
Exactly. So
Every day.
So let's just talk about that. Where are all of these things coming from?
They're coming from the public. We announced it, and we take donations on Tuesdays and Thursdays, anytime during the day. And they come here, and we take it from them, and we take it to the back room, sort it out, price it, and put it out on the floor.
Awesome.
So,
especially this time of year, you think about all of the things people probably got for Christmas, and I know we think about spring cleaning and all of the things like that, but it's a wonderful way, if you're thinking about cleaning out your own closet, cleaning out your house,
Right.
but what a fantastic way, and I can't think of a greater way to support the community
Right.
than by donating. So thinking about monetary donations that come into our organization, of course, being tax deductible. So when you talk about these types of donations, is everything tax deductible, Flavel?
They are tax deductible. We can, if someone wants a receipt, we can give them a receipt for the items that they've donated. Now it is up to the donor, per tax laws, to put a value on what they donated. But we certainly can give them a receipt to hang on to for tax purposes.
Okay. So you're obviously the event and volunteer coordinator. But,
yes.
and you mentioned the Robin's Nest when you were talking about your role with Ancora. But who's in this shop all the time? Who runs the shop?
The volunteers, and they are amazing.
Yeah.
We have at least 2 to 3 volunteers a day.
Okay.
2 in the back and 1 in the front of the store, running the register, and we have them greeting customers and helping with the customers find what they need. So it's nice. The volunteers are great.
Yeah. You know, of course, we've known this for 37 years, but our volunteers are invaluable. But it's been so wonderful to watch as our organization has grown, how many different opportunities for volunteers, how that has grown as
Yes.
well. You know, there are a lot of people when we speak in the community and we talk about volunteer opportunities with Ancora Compassionate Care, folks that have known us as Hospice of Rockingham County. I've had a lot of people in the community say, you know what, I would love to do that, but I just can't bring myself to do it, thinking that they would have to be at the patient's bedside.
Right.
And to be able to volunteer, but there are so many ways. So working in the Robin's Nest would be a fine example of a way that you could
Right.
actually give back, whether it's end-of-life care, whether you want to support the serious illness care service line, or like you said earlier, Flavel, the new counseling center. Here's a way for you to give back.
Great.
And fantastic volunteer opportunities. So can somebody just specifically volunteer for the shop?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
They can. And all they have to do is they come here, we talk, find out what exactly they want to do at the Robin's Nest. They fill out some forms, we do a background check, we do a drug screening, and once all that comes back, they're ready to start.
Okay. About how long, I don't want to pin you down on time, but I'm just wondering how, if somebody wanted to start that process, typically how long does it take before they're up and ready to go?
I would say about a week and a half to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Just to get the test back.
Sure, but not long at all?
No,
really,
not at all.
Awesome, okay. So you mentioned you accept donations on Tuesdays and Thursdays. How exactly does somebody go about that? Do they need to contact you before they come? Can they just...
They do not. They do not need to contact me, just as long as they come Tuesdays and Thursdays, anytime during the day. They just come to the door, ring the doorbell, and we bring the donations in.
Okay, all right. I know, Flavel, you as far as our marketing and social media, our organization overall has a Facebook page and Instagram and certainly a website. Does any social media for the Robin's Nest?
Yes, there is a separate specific Facebook page for the Robin's Nest. So I encourage everyone to like and follow that, and that way you can see what items we're getting in, if we're running any kind of specials. We just had a sale on all the Christmas decorations at the end of the season. So to keep up with the most up-to-date information as to what we've got going on, I encourage everyone to like and follow the page.
Okay. And that was going to be exactly what I was going to ask. So that's where people can go if there are any special sales going on, or I guess if we have items that we want to highlight. I'm sure there are pictures there that you can see some of the items that are for sale.
And given the time of year that it is, if we have any store closings because of weather, that's a good place to find out about things like that too.
Awesome. I didn't even think about that. So seeing as how we have some more winter weather
on
the way.
Coming, yeah.
Exactly. Well, earlier we had a chance to catch up with Gretchen in the store and hear what a day in the life in the Robin's Nest would be like. Well, here we are in the Robin's Nest, and I've had the opportunity to catch up with Gretchen Wyatt, and I'm so appreciative for you joining me today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but before we talk a little bit about what you do here in the Robin's Nest, what would you like our listeners to know about you?
Well, I've lived in North Carolina for 4 years. Before that, I lived in Florida my whole life. Moved up here to be with family. Met my husband while I was up here, so that was a bonus. I worked for Aetna for 40 years, and then I retired in 2023. And my niece Kim, who is the volunteer coordinator, roped me in. Reeled me in to volunteer for hospice. So I've been volunteering for hospice now for about 1.5 years.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, I have learned something about you today. That is fantastic. So you met your husband and you found this fantastic volunteer opportunity.
Yes, both.
I love it. Well, tell us a little bit about what you enjoy as far as working here at the Robin's Nest.
The main thing is I enjoy working with the customers. I've worked in retail when I was younger. I managed a retail clothing store.
Okay.
When I was in the early 80s. I'm dating myself now, but it was in the early 80s. And I've missed that over the years. So it's nice to work with the customers and the merchandise and making sure the store looks good and everything. We've got a lot of great merchandise in here.
You really do, and the store looks fantastic. It was wonderful for me to watch how this just progressed. That we have this shell of a building, and then to see once we put the call out for donations, it was just amazing to me how the community supported this. So do you ever have an opportunity to talk to the customers about what they're supporting?
Yes, we do. They ask often they ask what this is for.
Yeah.
And we tell them that it's for hospice, that it's for the serious illness, and that it's for the behavioral health centers. So we do, and we ask them often how they found out about us so that we can try to target those areas.
Yeah. Well, that is wonderful. So typical day, just walk through.
Well, we make sure the store looks great first off. We make sure everything is dusted, everything is positioned where it's looking the best for the customers, chatting with the customers and helping them with any needs that they have, and just hanging out and having a good time.
All right. So would you suggest that if people are looking for a volunteer opportunity,
Oh,
that this is where they
absolutely.
need to come?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. It's great.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for
You're
being with
welcome.
us, Gretchen, and
You're
we
welcome.
appreciate all you do for our organization.
Oh, thank you.
So it was great to hear from Gretchen and hear about her experiences as far as being a volunteer at the Robin's Nest. So as we are wrapping this up, let's just make sure that we have a certain list of what can be donated and what cannot. Let's just review, I guess, kind of the rules. What sort of things do we take for donations?
We take home decor, we take glassware, jewelry, clothes, books, movies, games, shoes, artwork, paintings. We take so much.
All right. So maybe it would have been a better question for me to ask, is there anything that we don't accept
the shorter
that people,
list.
that people need to be aware of?
And I have a list that you can pick up when
Okay.
you come out here that has everything we do take and that what we don't take.
Okay, all right.
I think probably the number one thing we really can't take right now is electronics.
Right.
And that's primarily because we don't have an electronic specialist in our volunteer ranks to really be sure that things are in working order. So for now, we do not take electronic items.
And we do not take exercise equipment
Okay,
at all.
all right. So what are the hours? I don't know that we've mentioned that.
Okay, from Wednesday to Friday, it's 10 to 5.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, we are open 10 to 2.
Awesome. Well, we've covered a lot. We know that people can find the Robin's Nest on Facebook. We know that the Robin's Nest was named in honor of one of our wonderful teammates, but it definitely supports the overall mission of Ancora Compassionate Care, which is to be a supportive presence for life's journey. So now with our service lines, this resale shop is supporting whether that's hospice care at home, Gibson House, which is our inpatient hospice unit, our serious illness care program, or our new counseling center. So, and we know that we've got wonderful volunteer opportunities that can be specifically for the Robin's Nest.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so much for joining us today. If you're interested in learning more about volunteer opportunities, and particularly volunteering for the Robin's Nest, please contact Kim Bunker at 427-9022. Make sure to follow Ancora Compassionate Care on Facebook and also the Robin's Nest on Facebook. You can find our website at www.ancoracc.org.